selection. I am going to. I'm going to control the Grizzlies for this draft. I did mean to do that before we started earlier, but I fucked up. Here we go. The Great Basin Grizzlies are your current champions, and I'm going to ensure that they don't grab somebody fucking insane, because they're already insane. They went, what, like 65, 67, and 15 last season? Like, we gotta fix that. So we're going to make sure that they don't draft anybody insane. And they only have one pick. So, yeah. So we'll let all the other GMs make their own picks, and we will GM for the Grizzlies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in the Foundry. Are going to take Marcus Vance, center, 6'11", out of Kentucky. Well, I could have told you that. Zach Harper says, Marcus Vance is a great example of the type of player that somehow knows where to position himself to grab every rebound. His 15.3 rebounds per game last season at Kentucky was best in the country. Okay, he's a rebound machine. So hopefully we can get some rebounds for the Founder here. All right. The Capital City Sentinels are on the clock. And I think they know who they want to take. The Capital City Sentinels, with the second pick in the draft, are taking Taj Chalmers out of Evansville. Small forward. Lang Whitaker says, I would as far as saying Taj Chalmers is unarguably the best three-point shooter in the entire draft. I beg to differ. Lang doesn't know what he's talking about. I think it's that Nicholas Intelnick. He made like 22 out of 25 in the combine, but you know, whatever. All right. The High Desert Scorch are on the clock. And the High Desert Scorch are ready to draft. They will be taking Drew Timmerman, point guard out of Texas Christian. Who the hell? I thought it was going to be someone different. Saw a number of people in the media suggesting that Timmerman is a second-round talent. I couldn't disagree more. The Scorch are getting great value for him in this spot. Great value. It was the third pick in the draft. Dude, you're getting slept on. I'm getting slept on. We're all getting slept on right now. All right. We're going to go ahead and just enable automatic draft advancement until one of us gets drafted. All right, the Iron Bridge Fours are on the clock, and they take Chris Warner out of Georgetown. George fucking Town. Chris fucking Warner. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The first real player to be drafted. Christopher Warner, point guard, Georgetown. He is the first real player to be drafted. Welcome to the Forge, C-Dub. Unfortunately, I don't think C-Dub is here at the moment, but welcome to the league, son. Okay, the Gold Coast Sunbeams take Baba Jop, 7'1" center out of MIT. Why are you so damn tall and from MIT, bro? Every once in a while, you come across a guy who just somehow knows where to... Dude. Okay, is he the best rebounder, or is it Marcus? These two are going to battle. These two are going to battle. I can call... the first time that they play each other, Foundry versus Gold Coast, yeah, we're in there. Salt Flats Mirage. Take... Lewis? I can't even say his name. Chenier? Out of Louisville? Who is that? Was he even on the mock draft? I don't remember typing that name. I don't remember typing that name at all. No. Who's this guy? Who is this guy? A fan favorite at Louisville for his relentless willingness to sacrifice his body for loose balls, I expect Chenier will instantly become a fan favorite to Mirage fans as well as he keeps it up. As well as if he keeps it up. What? What? Who is this guy? He's got a 6 stash. All right. 6th pick of the draft. Welcome. All right. The North Mesa Thunder. The North Mesa Thunder are drafting Justice Upshaw Jr. out of Illinois. 6'3" shooting guard. Justice Upshaw Jr.'s ability to hit the NBA 3 was put on display at the Combine when he hit more than any other player. They're lying. They're lying out of the... Dude, they're lying through their fucking teeth. Through their teeth, bro. Where... I thought I could see... Okay, I guess I can't see it during the draft. I'm pretty sure it wasn't him, but okay. Lang, that guy sucks, bro. I'm not reading anything that Lang says from here on out. All right, Metro Bay Apex with the 8th pick in the draft. They select. Wait, we have a trade to announce. Holy shit! Who is trading? Wait. The High Desert Scorch are trading. Wait, I can't comprehend what's going on right now. They're trading their pick for Drew Timmerman. Wasn't he just drafted? Never mind. Okay, the High Desert Scorch. Right. Yeah, they just drafted him. Huh? We got some... Do we have some collusion or something going on here? I'm super confused. The Scorch have the 3rd round pick in the draft. And they draft Drew Timmerman. Okay? Point guard. And then they trade with the Apex. They send Drew Timmerman to the Apex for the 8th pick. It is trade. Okay. All right. Maybe Drew Timmerman must have pissed them off after he got drafted. I don't know what he said after he got drafted because we don't have an in-person draft this year. So he must have said something on the phone that somebody didn't like, and they shipped his ass. He's gone. He was drafted and traded in 10 minutes. All right, well. All right. The High Desert Scorch. They had the 3rd pick. Now they have the 8th pick. After taking the 3rd pick and then trading him away. With the 8th pick in the draft, they take Jake Reflex. Another real player. Oh my gosh. Jake Reflex, a 5'8", 195-pound point guard out of New York University. Wow. Pope is throwing fucking hands with the air right now. He was projected 3rd, and he is dropped past the 8th pick. Ooh, not looking good. All right. NYU's head coach recently came out and called Reflex the most coachable player he has ever coached. High praise from a man with such a long history. All right. Welcome to the league, Jake. All right, the East Plains Bison, aka the East Plains Stampede. For some reason, 2K will not let me put Stampede. It is considered a bad word. So the East Plains Bison, aka Stampede, with the ninth pick in the draft, they take Noel Jennings, shooting guard out of Mississippi. Okay, 6'5". He's pretty tall. Should be solid. Potential is both the most exciting and scariest attribute to talk about in a player. I've spoken with Bison scouts about Jennings. They firmly believe his potential will lead him to be the best player in this draft in time. So, he's a project. Okay? I feel like there was definitely some guards that aren't projects that they could have took, but, you know, all right. The Portside Mariners, with the 10th pick in the draft, they take Steven Stevens, power forward, Clemson. Teams invest millions of dollars into their draft picks. Yeah, wait, never mind. Wait, it is understandable why so many were very nervous about Steven Stevens' illness. I didn't see anything about an illness. I go back to work. I'll watch the video of this later to get me get drafted. Word. Okay. Well, Pacific Bay Currents with the 11th pick in the draft. They will take. Psych. We have another trade. The High Desert Scorch are trading away their 30th or their first round 2030 pick and their first round 2031 protection backup pick for another first round pick from the Currents. So that means they've gotten the 3 and traded them away. They've gotten the 8 and drafted Reflex, and now are getting the 11th. And they're getting a center and Harold Cardinal. Okay. Bang. It's your boy. I was drafted before you, Nova. Eat shit, buddy. I wasn't even projected in the first round. Come on. Yeah, they know ball. See, these guys know ball. I whatever they're doing, they got it right. With the 11th pick in the 2028 PLB draft, the High Desert Scorch select Nicholas Intel Nick from Eastern Illinois. It's your boy. We're a scorcher, bro. We might get traded here in 10 minutes, so let's see. The Scorch landed an obvious steal here by drafting a player, Nicholas Intel Nick, that I had coming off the board 10 picks ago. Sean Devaney, ball knower. Ball knower. Absolutely. All right, the Cloud Ridge Mist are on the clock. The number 12 pick is here. Trent Armstrong, center, Syracuse. Was he? He was on one of the mocks. I think he was top 10. Yeah, he was number 9 on one of the mocks. Very heavily recruited by Syracuse. Armstrong went on to have a successful collegiate career. He now finds himself a first-round pick selected by the Mist. Sweet. Welcome to the league, Trent. The Stone Harbor Anchors, with the 13th pick in the PLB draft, select Corey Nova Live, point guard, Duke University. Welcome to the league, son. You just missed your draft pick, but it's all right. It's all right. He made it. He was here. He's not here anymore, and now he's drafted. Come on now. Was really impressed with Nova Live's ability to play the passing lane last season at Duke. His 3 steals per game led the nation. What a dude. What a dude. All right, with the 14th pick in the PLB draft, the Lakefront Tides select Chao Zhang. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Apologies if I'm not. Point guard, Holy Cross. Holy Cross is getting a top 15. Who's yelling? My bad. Chao Zhang. I love this pick for the Tides with the NBA, with the PLB becoming increasingly reliant on shooting. Chao Zhang showcased his shot by sinking more 15-foot jumpers than any other player present. Wow. He's a shooter. All right, the West Canyon Drifters with the 15th pick in the PLB draft. They will take Tim Pyle. Tim fucking Sanity, bro. Tim Sanity. All right, I got a little story about this one. So I was getting all the draft class together, and we were getting it all ready to go. Tim submitted his very last. And after I entered his character, I got through to the playoffs, and I got to see the first mock drafts. And he was on one of them. With the very last pick, I didn't use that. I didn't post that one because there was some names on there that I don't know why they were even on there, because they're not going to get drafted at all. It was the description on it was like some of these analysts may be biased to their alma maters. So like they were picking people from schools that I didn't even recognize a couple of the names. So I was like, yeah, okay, we're not even gonna post that list. But Tim, in every mock draft I did, went undrafted. He was the only player that went undrafted. And now, with the 15th pick, Tim Pyle is a West Canyon Drifter. Fuck yeah, bro. Welcome to the fucking league, man. While skills can be taught, basketball IQ is more of an innate ability. Pyle is the head of the draft class in that department. The Drifters just picked up a true team player here. Wow. Wow. We still got a lot of people on the board. A lot of people on the board. The Redwood Timbers with the 16th pick in the PLB draft. Select JT Jeffries, small forward, Oregon State. Whenever Jeffries attacks an opposing defender, his moves have the confidence of someone who has practiced the same move thousands of times. A highly polished player and one very worth of his first round selection. Wow. Small forward. The Silver Peak Stags. I have a feeling I know who they're going to take here. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling it's going to be Mr. Caleb Kinney. I'm not too sure. Psych! It's Cody Pope. Cody Pope, point guard, Penn State. Ship it. He's a fucking stag. He's more of a stallion in my eyes, but he's a fucking stag, man. Holy shit. Let's fucking go, man. Lightning quick, blazing fast, a true burner. Those are all phrases I would use to describe just how quick of a player Cody Pope is out there on the court. Combined with his hustle, the Stags fans are going to love this kid. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, Cody Pope. Welcome to the league, son. All right. The River Delta Flow. With the 18th pick in the draft, they take Antonio Jack from a power forward from Germany. First overseas player. Despite Jack's success and time spent overseas, he will need time to develop into a consistent contributor at this level. Hopefully, the Flow front offers exercise patience while he develops. Interesting pick here. Interesting pick here. He was projected third, so he did drop. All right, the Summit City Storm, the 19th pick in the PLB draft. They select Colin Honeycutt, small forward, Iowa State. Colin Honeycutt is an instant offense type player. From what I have seen on him, he has the best mid-range jumper in the draft. That type of player will always have teams chasing him. Hell yeah. Welcome, Colin Honeycutt. All right, the Great Basin Grizzlies are now on the clock. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Since this is the only pick that they have, and I want to make sure that they don't draft anybody super crazy, but I also want to ensure that everybody that did submit a form has the best chance to get drafted, right? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the best available real person, submitted player, I should say, submitted player for this pick. Since it is the last pick of the first round, let's make it a user pick. Okay. All right. Who's it going to be? Caleb fucking Kinney. Holy, he's going to the champions. The current PLB champions. Caleb Kinney. Power forward, the Ohio State. Caleb Kinney is an old school basketball player, and scouts love it. His posting up skill is the best I have seen enter the NBA in years. Does he fit in today's NBA? Find out. All right. That marks the end of the first round. The second round will be conducted by Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum. No, it won't. No, it won't. It'll be me. I'm doing it. To the very enthusiastic fans here in attendance and the fans watching around the world, thank you so much for your support. Adam Silver looks like a fucking alien. All right. Welcome to the second round. Ladies and gentlemen, the first round is completed. I feel like we should get a graphic up, posted. This draft summary up. Okay. 6. I should have been writing these down. What a Right. All right. All right. All right. All right. We'll get this graphic made after. I'm not too worried about it. All right. Second round. The 21st pick in the PLB draft, the Capital City Sentinels select Amani Baines. Amani Baines, shooting guard, Seton Hall. Okay. Amani Baines, welcome to the league. A very deserving player who was a star at Seton Hall. Baines will have to fight hard to make the NBA roster. And he's the first pick in the second round? Okay. All right, the High Desert Scorch, who have drafted 3 players this draft already, with their 4th pick. The 4th pick that they've gotten in this draft, they select Scott Gatling. Scott Gatling. Small forward, Loyola Marymount. One of the most talked about long-range shooters in the nation last year, Gatling led all small forwards and made college threes at the draft combine. The Scorch were clearly impressed by what they saw. I mean, yeah. I mean, they were so impressed that they were impressed with a lot of people. I mean, they really fuck with this draft. All right, the Iron Valley Foundry with the 3rd pick in the PLB draft. They select J.P. Washburn, power forward, St. John's. Foundry with another big. They took a center in Marcus Vance in the first round, and they are bringing in another big to try to turn their organization around. J.P. Washburn. He was the most talented prospect coming out of high school. Sure. The Gold Coast Sunbeams with the 4th pick in the second round, aka the 24th pick in the PLB draft. They select Daryl Mayo, small forward, Oklahoma State. I'm getting nervous, boys. I'm getting nervous. I don't know how this is going to go. Reflex, you've been drafted already, brother. You have been drafted. You were drafted in the first round, brother. Don't look at your picture because I haven't edited your face yet. But, welcome to the Scorch, son. Welcome to the High Desert Scorch, son. Letting you know, I am also on the Scorch. The Scorch traded. Okay, wild shit. The Scorch traded. They drafted Drew Timmerman with the 3rd pick, traded him to get the 8th pick to draft you, and then traded again for the 11th pick to get me. Scorch is on fire, bro. I don't know why they drafted Drew Timmerman 3rd and then traded him away. Beyond me, but that it happened. So, yeah. Interesting stuff has happened in the draft already. There have been a couple players that weren't even in any of the mocks that have been drafted. It's going crazy. Scouts fell in love with his can-do attitude and endless work ethic. A fan favorite at Oklahoma State, Daryl Mayo will need to step his game up to make it at the next level. Then why are we drafting him so early in the second round? Why are we even drafting him in the first place? Come on. Guys are faded. The Salt Flats Mirage are on the clock. And with the 25th pick in the PLB draft, the Salt Flats Mirage take Leo Sterling, point guard, Duke. Another Duke player going. First it was Corey, now it is Leo. Holy. Holy, man. I'm getting nervous. Somebody might go undrafted. Somebody might go undrafted. The North Mesa Thunder with the 26th pick in the PLB draft select Reuben Jones, center, Memphis. A lot of media outlets were making a big deal about Reuben Jones' ankle. I kept hearing the Thunder were not alarmed by the reports, which this pick seems to give validation to. Right, well, he had an ankle, and they're not worried about it. Not worried about how many picks are there. There are 40 picks in the draft. Since there's 20 teams, 20 per round. There's still let me see here. Is that everybody? Wait, did everybody get drafted? Am I faded? I might be faded. Might be faded, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing one. Who are we missing? Who are we missing here? There's still somebody, right? Me, you, Nova, Edom, Hope, Tim, Reflex. Is that it? Let me check. Gotta check the forms. Oops. Wrong account, wrong account. Oh, nope, yep, that's everybody. I'm faded. All right, W. We were all drafted in the first round, too. Nice. Nice. All right. Well, we're just gonna rapid fire this shit. All right. With the 27th pick, the Iron Bridge Forge select Cody Wicks, shooting guard, Creighton. Hell yeah. 6'7". Fuck, dude, I hate that. I hate that I just did that. Fuck you, man. All right. The East Plains Bison, aka the East Plains Stampede, because apparently Stampede is a bad word. It is a bad word. 2K. Stampede is not a bad word. It is not violent. It is not racist. Let me put Stampede in there, okay? I can put it in the logo. Why can't I put it in the name? All right, let's talk about it. We'll talk about it another time. East Plains Bison with the 28th pick in the PLB draft. They select Malcolm Stevens. Look at that fucking mop he has for hair. 6'9", power forward out of Arizona. Hell yeah. The scouts weren't impressed by his limited upside, which is the main reason he dropped to the second round. Yeah, shit on. Not that good. Not that good. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. All right, Metro Bay Apex with the 29th pick. They select Eric Mann, center, Stephen F. Austin. First SFA to get drafted. I'm completely making that up. I don't know if he's the very first one from SFA to get drafted, but he is in this draft. He is the first SFA to get drafted in the PLB. I will say that. The Portside Mariners with the 30th pick. We got 10 picks left. 10 picks left, chat. The 30th pick in the draft. They select Mike L. Williams, shooting guard, Colorado State. Nice. Williams' 30.5 points per game was tops in the nation. As a team that is in need of another scorer, I don't think the Mariners could have done better with this pick. Apparently not. I mean, he was the best fucking scorer in the nation. And he went in the second round. This guy ass? Is he playing a bunch of fucking bums? Percy Butler, 31st pick, Pacific Bay Currents. Welcome. We're gonna rapid fire this. Arif Demanyuk, shooting guard from Turkey, another overseas player. That's the second of the draft. Stone Harbor Anchors select Gordon Cooper. Yeah, bro. St. John's. The Cloud Ridge Mist select Goo Mac. Now that is a fucking name, if I've ever seen one. Goo Mac. I did not make this guy. This is a generated guy. Goo Mac, bro. Goo Mac. Welcome to the Mist. The West Canyon Drifters select Skip Pink Hair Skiles from St. Louis. When looking at the current Drifters rosters, I'm not sure where Skiles fits into that jigsaw puzzle. I expect he will be spending some time in the G League this upcoming season to hone his craft and change his hair color. The Redwood Timbers, with the 36th pick in the PLB draft, select DJ Knox, St. John's, New York. That is the third St. John's player to get drafted. Apparently, St. John's must have won the fucking title this year or something. I know Knox has to be pretty disappointed to fall into the second round, but I really feel like the Timbers organization is the one that will give him the best opportunity to succeed. Indubitably. The 37th pick, the River Delta Flow, select Taylor Douglas, point guard, Louisville. St. John's is apparently fucking insane. Welcome, Taylor. I interviewed Taylor Douglas in the days leading up to the draft. After the career he had at Louisville, he fully expected to go in the first round. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be. That means he has a chip on his shoulder. Watch out for Taylor Douglas, people. He is coming for everybody's neck. Everybody's. The Silver Peak Stags, with the 38th pick in the PLB draft, select Ray Alexander, power forward from Texas. Famed for being a walk-on at Texas. A walk-on. Alexander is now officially an NBA player following his second-round selection by the Stags. His story is one of hard work and perseverance. I'll be rooting for him. Dude, me too. Fuck yeah, bro. I haven't been writing any of this down. I haven't been writing absolutely none of this down. I just realized. It's fine. We're going to keep on going. We're going to be rooting for him, though. What pick was this, 38? All right. Ray Alexander. We're going to mark you in, brother. Mark you in. Welcome to the Stags. He is going to be joining Mr. Pope on the Stags. Ray Alexander. I can't write. I'm not worried. Me and you gonna go crazy on the same team for real, talking smack about NPC. Dude, we're gonna go fucking crazy. Summit City Storm, with the 39th pick in the draft, they select Rick Knox II. Rick Knox II. Power forward, Evansville. Evansville, Indiana? Sure. Rick Knox II. And with the final pick in the first ever PLB draft, the River Delta Flow select Al Reeves, shooting guard out of Alabama. Al Reeves recorded the best lane agility time for shooting guards at the draft combine. Flo told me heading into this draft that they would be keeping an eye on his availability, and sure as shit, he was available with the last pick of the draft, and he is the Mr. Irrelevant of the PLB. Al Reeves, welcome to the Flow. Sickest Flow, bro. And that concludes the first ever PLB draft. Alright, let's go over this again. Alright, Foundry. Foundry had the very first pick in the draft, and they took the unanimous best player in the draft, Marcus Vance. He's going to be insane. And then the Sentinels took Taj Chalmers at number 2, pretty much expected. And then the Scorch took Drew Timmerman at number 3, which was kind of expected. And then we had our first real player, our first submission. Chris Warner was drafted by the Iron Bridge Forged. And then the 7'1" phenom out of MIT, Baba Jop, was drafted by the Gold Coast Sunbeams. And then Louis Chenier, who wasn't on any of the mock drafts, was taken number 6 overall. Justice Upshaw Jr. from Illinois was taken by the Thunder. And then we had a trade where the Scorch traded the third overall pick, Drew Timmerman. Can't remember who they traded to. Let me see. They traded with the Apex. They traded with the Apex to get the 8th pick in the draft and drafted Mr. Jake Reflex. And then the Stampede drafted Noel Jennings. Mariners drafted Steven Stevens. The Scorch traded again with the Currents. They traded away their 30th first round, or their 2030 first round pick, their 2031 first round pick, to get this pick and a 72 overall center. And they drafted your boy. And then Trent Armstrong went to the Mist. We got another rail and Corey Nova Live going to the Stone Harbor Anchors. We had Chow Zhang go to the Lakefront Tides. Tim Sanity Pyle went to the Drifters. JT Jeffries went to the Timber. Cody Pope, the Stallion, went to the Stag. And Antonio Jack went to the Flow. Colin Honeycutt went to the Storm. And the last real player, Caleb Kinney, went to the current PLB champion, Great Basin Grizzlies. And then round 2 was people. I need to write this down so I can do the graphic. I got R. Jones. Oh, shit. Thunder. Forged. Bison. Ape. Anchors. Drifters. Timbers. Or flow. A demoniac. Williams. Stevens. Cody Wick. Ruben Jones. Center. Guard. Power. Guard. Forward. Guard.